So, this is kind of fun. I have some fabric to show you. And
Really?
so, yes, yes, yes. I have, let's see here. Hold on, let me find some good pieces here first, real quick. Okay. I've
No, don't
got
worry.
fabric that they used for one of the beach lines of clothes. Uh, this was for a doll that they used that was for Toys R Us, the Daisy doll, Daisy Sunflower. I'm sorry, I believe it was Sunflower Barbie. Um, hold on, it's gonna get better. Uh, Midge for the skating Midge. Okay, uh, I'm saving a couple for last. They're kind of fabulous. Holiday Barbie fabric for the Holiday Barbie. Oh wait, it gets better. Um, this is for the skirt for the porcelain Holiday Barbie that they did.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, okay. This came in a sample bag, and this is fabric that was used on I believe it was an Avon doll, an Avon holiday doll.
wow.
Yeah, got that. But what's really cool is it actually has a letter telling them that they need to change the fabric because when they go to sew the fabric, the glitter is coming off and that they need to change the fabric.
It's so
Which I
interesting because
yeah. Okay, now for the big ones.
because oh
Oh,
my
I'm
God,
sorry, go ahead.
there is more?
Oh yeah. This is I
Please
love
show us.
this. I'm saving the best for last. This is the fabric that was used on the antique rose Barbie that was FAO Schwartz doll.
Oh my God, it's a beautiful fabric.
And now what kind of a host would I be if I didn't leave you with something really, really fabulous? Get ready. This is the fabric for the Bob Mackie Platinum coat.
Oh, I can't believe it.
And that's the collar right there. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry. But yeah, that's
They
and
had to do
what's really
such
interesting
precision
is
cut
I'm
because
sorry.
since the places are already there, they have to do this precise cut for the fabric to fit.
You are correct, and that's what I was gonna bring up to you. You're very smart. You're so smart. Um, if I wish I would have had time to get one. If I had a black light, if you shine the black light on it, you can see where it tells them to cut it out on the white fabric.
Oh, really? That's
Yes,
such a
yes.
clever idea.
Yeah, you can see it all around the edge. It tells them where to cut the fabric with like an ultraviolet light.
Oh my God, that's the interesting idea. That's such a clever idea for
Yeah, that's
the
smart. Yeah, especially with
that's
the
smart.
precision, you know. So anyway, I thought the viewers might like to see some of that stuff today. So
That's so interesting, Michael. And for those of you that are not aware, Barbie at first didn't had any fabrics that really stood out for them because when you think about Barb scale, the fabrics are too thick. Even
yes,
uh, a delicate fabric may be too
yes,
thick for the doll. And
yes,
the fit on the doll may be a little bit off. So they had to change the way fabrics were made, and the stamps,
yes,
their their designs had to be remade for the doll because a little flower may be a giant flower on Barbie. So Scarlett
exactly,
Johansson flew
exactly.
all the way to Japan to work with, and even the zippers they had to be custom made for Barbie because they didn't have zero size zippers for Barbie, and they had to make them. So
Yeah,
it's so interesting how Barbie changed the world of fabric. And there's a little bit more information that I'm sure Michael already know, but when Barbie was at her first years, she became the most about Mattel became the biggest fabric or the biggest clothes maker in all the world
Yes.
because of the amount of clothes they were making for Barbie.
Yes. In fact, they still were for many, many years. They were the largest women's manufacturer of clothes. Um, uh, and like you were saying about fabrics, them trying to get the right fabric and then having to make their own fabric. I know at one time, this was a while back, there was somebody that actually would paint the fabric for them, and it was, I believe it was $100 uh, an hour is they paid the person, to paint fabric for them if they could not
Hand
find the
paint.
fabric. Yes, hand paint the fabric. Yes, yes. I believe it was $100 an hour. Yes. So,
Back then, that was a huge amount of money.
yeah. Well, that was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. They were doing that. Still, still having fabric. What I find, and I'm sure you and all of our viewers know, once Mattel made something too, they never wasted it. So once they made a fabric, there's many records on there about outfits being, 5 outfits, that were made using the same fabric in some way or another.
And that reminds me of a funny history I read in one of Barbie books. I don't remember which one, but there was this fabric, this white and gold strapped fabric that they unfortunately or fortunately, depending on the view, they brought a huge amount of because
Yes.
they someone wrote the number wrong, adding
Yes.
a zero after the counting, and
Yeah.
they had to do a lot of clothes with that same fabric.
That's that's the Fashion Queen Barbie fabric for the Fashion
Yeah.
Queen Barbie, and then, the story I heard, and this was from a Mattel employee, but you saw it in a book, is that they meant to order 1,000 yards, and they once again, they put an extra, and they got 10,000 yards of it, and so the next thing you know, one, we got the Fashion Queen swimsuit, but then there was also, Holiday Dance, which is the dress, and the entire dress is made out of that fabric to get rid of that fabric. Um, there's another fabric that they used on a Francie outfit in the late '60s, early '70s, and they used it for Francie and a couple other dolls, and then they ended up in 1976 using it as a bassinet liner for a line of dolls called Rosebud from Mattel, which those dolls later went on to become the Hart family babies. Um, there's a fire fabric that they used on the Rockflower dolls that in 1970, I believe 71, and they went on to use that fabric for the Guardian Goddess outfits in 1979. They had enough fabric. And then a funny
Oh my
story
god.
is,
Luckily for them, the fabric is beautiful, right?
yes. But when I started working at Target one day, we got these Barbie outfits in, and I was like, oh my God. And it turned out that the skirt was the same pink with silver star fabric that Mattel used in 1989 on the Superstar Barbie, and they
Oh,
still have that fabric. They still have that fabric in 2018. They still had that
oh my
fabric.
god. Seems like I believe that and if you think about it, the fabric is not the same. The fabric oh, the not the fabric, the place where they manufacture the doll. It's not the
Yes.
same because back then they used to be made on Japan and then they changed it to Indonesia and China had a hand on that as well. So
Yes.
it's interesting to know this type of stuff.
Yes. Yes. So,
Yes.
anyway, but I just wanted to
So
share that
doll
fabric.
news is culture.
Yes. Yes. Huge doll news.
Huge doll news. And talking about doll news and how dolls are made, we are here to talk about. I know that we already had the BFMC 5 doll this month. We received the some leakings about the Reese something doll. I don't remember her name. I'm so sorry. The basketball
Oh,
player.
oh, yes, yes, yes. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember her name. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember her name as well, but that's not the part we are here to talk about, even though these are news and this is all news. We are focusing on something more interesting, more important, that it was a huge leak of dolls this month. And I tend to believe this came from an unhappy employee. What do you think?
Um, I think so too. I think so. And what I was shocked about is you said this month, but let's talk about this week. Let's talk about actually in the last like 5 days, not even a full
Yeah,
week. We have gotten
it came
so
all
many
in one
leaks.
single day.
Yeah, in one day. You're like, oh my
In
God,
one day. I never seen such amount of leaks in just one day.
no. And it's not like it's a little leak. I'm just gonna give an example. One of them was the Celine Dion without the head on it, but it had the whole dress. I mean, it wasn't like it was just
Yeah.
like a little picture of the fabric. Um, the Messi doll, the Lenny
I
Kravitz
think
doll.
that we can jump in into every single one so people can
Absolutely.
be. So, do you have anything that you want to start with? Because I tend to save the best for last.
Um, no, you take the lead and we'll go from there. How's that?
Okay, so let's start with the things that I'm not a huge fan of. And I think one of the dolls that I'm not really interested in, but I'm probably gonna buy, that is the Ken Shaun Wright. Do you have, are you familiar with the doll?
What doll is it again? The Ken.
Shaun Wright. Looks like Mattel is launching two new Kenbassador dolls. And one
Oh,
of them
is it
is
Shaun White?
Shaun Wright.
Shaun White. Okay. Yes, Shaun White.
Shaun Wright.
Yeah,
I'm
Shaun White.
sorry, I mispronounced it.
No,
But
it's okay.
it's someone that I was not reading to. I didn't know him before I saw the pictures of the doll.
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with this guy?
Oh
This
yeah, Shaun
his
White. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's an Olympian snowboarder. Oh yeah, very. In fact, they call him the flying tomato because he that's what people are talking about is will it have hair like he used to have, which he had that big red long, it wasn't real long, but long kind of red
like
really
you,
curly. Yes, yes, like me. His hair looked like that. What's that? What's that horrible Ken doll they did last year in the green coat with the big
the green
frizzy
coat.
blonde hair?
Last year, a green coat.
He has a green coat, and one side has a picture of Barbie, and one side has a picture of Ken.
Oh, Kid Super.
Yeah, okay. Shaun White used to have red hair like that,
Okay,
and so
I
he cut
gotcha.
it. So yeah, that came out of kind of nowhere. I was really kind of surprised that they picked Shaun White. I thought that was an interesting choice.
And at the first, when the picture first leaked, I didn't know who he was, and I believe people didn't know as well because no one was talking about his name. And at first glance, and it is a black and white picture. I thought it was Justin Bieber.
Yes, yeah. God, no, please. We don't want a Justin Bieber doll. Please, no. Um, please, no.
I
We
think
already
that
had
could be
one.
jet.
We
Sharky
already had
waters,
one, which was
Michael.
one too
Don't
many.
put
So
your feet in there for sharky waters.
yeah, Sharky Waters. We already got one Justin Bieber doll, and that's too many. And we already got one Justin Bieber, and that's too many Justin Biebers in the world as well.
Not
Um, so I think a lot of people didn't realize Shaun White. He's kind of been on out of the limelight for a while, but I think a lot of people didn't recognize him because of the short hair. He had that long red hair forever, and I think a lot of people didn't recognize it as being him. But I did think it was an interesting choice. Now I have read several places that people said that they would not support the doll because I guess he cheated on his girlfriend or something at one point. To me, that doesn't matter. If I like the doll, I
really.
like the doll, you know.
Oh, that's something that he didn't promise to me. It's a problem of the both of them. That's a
Yes,
relationship problem.
exactly.
I'm interested if the doll was, if he promised something, it was to his girlfriend, and if it's something that they both should be resolving between them. But
Yeah.
if the doll is interesting, I'm totally in for the
Yes.
for the doll, and I'm a
Yes.
completist, so maybe probably I will get it. But I think that an interesting thing about this doll, I the hood and the composition of the clothes are, overall seems like a little intricate. That's interesting. That's something that we haven't been seeing so often.
Right. Yeah, there is a lot of detail, but also I think the doll is supposed to be $75. I think it's supposed to be the same price as the LeBron James, which had an amazing amount of detail, on the LeBron James. Um, so I agree with you. The clothes, the amount of clothes and the quality, um, but also it's $75, so I think they can afford to give him some good detail. Oh,
So even though it's $75, it's not guaranteed that the doll it's actually at a good quality. But
right.
with Kenbassadors, and we can talk about Messi, for example. There are
Yes.
there's gonna be two Kenbassadors doll. One of that is Shaun, right, and the other one is Lionel Messi, the Argentina football player. And that's a line that and I want to ask you a question. So, LeBron James was such a well-made doll with a Nike and Beats embroidery and merchandise and
Everything.
good face sculpt. It's a really nice quality doll,
Yeah.
but he don't seem like a Ken doll at all. If you, I don't know if you agree with me. Do you think that Mattel is trying to reach another type of buyer?
Yes.
Maybe focusing because it's not something that we both are gay guys. We're not looking for sports, most of us,
I'm
anyway.
not gay.
And do you think that they are oh, just your boyfriend, right? And
Right, 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 right.
so, do you think that they are looking forward to target another type of collector or another
Yes.
type of
Yes.
customer?
Yes, I do. Um, I do think, just real quick on the Messi doll, and I hate to say Messi because it sounds like, he's a messy doll, but no, it's messy. Anyway,
Yeah,
um, I think that
amen.
doll
But
is gonna be
it's a
out
little bit
I
funny.
think that doll is gonna be out a lot sooner than we think for 2 reasons is, 1, they wanna capitalize on this World Cup thing. 2, he broke a record a few days back. I think this doll, I just have a feeling that this doll is like they're putting the heads on him right now as we're talking, and they're ready to go. I think they're ready to go. Um, but yes, I do think they are trying to go to a different market. And some of your viewers, maybe you collect them, maybe your husbands or spouses collect them. Kenner did a line of action figures called Starting Lineup in the 90s, and they were baseball figures. Well, they did those for several years, and then they started doing starting lineup 12-inch dolls of the same players. So I think Mattel is trying to open up a new market because the LeBron James was not um, Ken, let's say. Um, the Massey, the Shaun White, they are not Ken. I mean, they are Ken, but they're not Ken. I think they're trying to open up a whole new market of
But
collectors
why choose Barbie brand to launch this doll under?
because I think that if it
Because
doesn't
Barbie's so
work with,
girly.
well, kind of, yeah. Well, there's a few that aren't girly, but um, uh, but I think here's the deal: they are it's a safety net because if they don't sell to these collectors, then the Barbie people will buy them because it's a Barbie branded slash Ken branded doll. So they've got a backup plan. I think that's why they're branding it Barbie, uh, Kenbassador. Uh, I think that's what they're doing. I personally think that's what they're doing. Same
And
thing with the Stevie Nicks. We use the Stevie Nicks doll. Um, there are thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of Stevie Nicks fans that don't collect Barbie, but damn, they collect Stevie Nicks memorabilia and Stevie Nicks things. They're gonna buy a Stevie Nicks doll, you know?
Yeah,
So I think it's a
yeah.
built-in safety net from Mattel, uh, that they will, if it doesn't sell, the Barbie collectors will buy them. You know?
I know that there's huge cultural differences between America, USA, and South America, like Brazil.
Uh-huh.
Here we
Right.
are so much more uh, patriarchal and kind of uh, mainly it's not common for a man. It's you probably will not see a straight man going to Barbie shelves and grabbing this
Yeah.
type of doll. And probably you won't see any straight guy having a Barbie here, even
Well,
though it's a sports male doll.
yeah. Well, here's something really interesting. When the LeBron James dolls came out, um, they were not in the toy section. They were over in the sporting goods section, and they were in the electronics section. They were not in the toy section because,
Interesting.
like you just said, males going in the Barbie aisle, unless they're a Barbie collector like you and I, they're not going to do it. You know, so that's what Uh, I can remember I worked with a guy and he was big on all sorts of the different sports teams. And when they came out with the Barbie cheerleaders for the different sports teams, or basketball, I'm sorry, basketball, he wanted one of every team. And he was not a Barbie collector, but he was a basketball fan and he wanted one of every single one of those basketball. And then when I showed him the college cheerleader, he wanted all of those. He's a straight guy, 50 years old, and had all this sports memorabilia, but he wanted them because they had won the basketball teams and then the college, uh, teams, so,
That's
but I think
interesting.
Mattel,
And there are a lot of males that come to me asking about the dolls, and even though they are straight or someone that just working, managed to go through some working at my place and sees the collection and gets really interested. But I think that they could have it if they could hide it. That's not something that most of guys here in Brazil, at least the straight guys, would be openly okay about
okay,
having a doll like this. So it's
okay,
interesting that Mattel is putting these under the Barbie brand because when you think about it, it's kind of out of the comfort zone for the collector and out of the comfort zone for the sports fan.
right, right, right. I agree. But Mattel did also, it wasn't Barbie branded, but they used Ken bodies when they did a couple of those race car drivers back in the 90s. Mattel did several race car drivers of men, you know. Um, they were the boxes were, very Barbie-esque, so it's a very uh, like we sometimes talk about controversial Sharky Water. It's a very thin line. It's a very thin line, I believe. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
But it's something that I'm liking, Michael, because I think that because of these out of the comfort zone thing, they are kind of making more effort. The LeBron James doll, even though
yeah,
it's plastic molding on on his bird and the hair, the doll is overall it's amazingly done. That's not something
yes,
that we usually see, especially for a can. Ken is not
right.
something that Mattel puts a lot of effort in.
No, they usually don't, and they usually focus on Barbie and the quality in the Barbie. They leave Ken behind. But um, I also think the world is a different place. When I worked, ran the toy department at Target, um, I had a lot of adult collectors coming in, not just Barbie, but action figure, He-Man action figure, Marvel, uh, DC, everybody. Um, there's a lot more collectors out there, adult collectors. So I think the stigma is going away from some of it. It's slow, but I do
Can I
think
get
it's
an
going.
amen up in here?
Amen. Yeah. It's going, slowly. I used to have a guy that came in every other day looking for He-Man stuff, you know. Um, grown man with a kid. Um, but
Looking
I
for
do think that
muscle
it's
guys.
changing.
That's not such an unusual thing. Just openly, like you said.
Right, 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 right. So, and I also think on the Cambassador thing, I also find it very interesting, and I'm sure we'll get to him next. That they started with LeBron James, which was one, and now we're getting three. I just think that's very interesting
Three. I heard
because
only about two of them. Who's the third one?
Lenny Lenny Kravitz is supposed to be a Cambassador.
Really? I didn't know.
Yes,
I
that's
thought
what I've
that
heard.
he was coming under the music series.
From what I understand, he's actually a combat. He was named, well, not named, but I mean, when they first started talking about him coming out, this year, oh, this was the second Cambassador was the Lenny Kravitz doll. Um, so I don't know if that may have changed, but
I think that ambassadors may be going towards the sports direction because
okay,
every single
yeah, I
one.
mean,
Uh,
either
yeah,
way, I'm thrilled
but
whether they,
do you have the LeBron James doll?
I do not. I do not. I'm still holding out for a sample one or a prototype one. No, I don't have one.
Oh
So
my God, you must be really, really, really um it's not stillborn the word, but
focused.
focused. Focused on
Yeah,
your collection
yeah.
because how can you not get him? It's such a well-made doll with
I
brands at
know.
all. It's
I
not
know.
no branding shoe. There's Nike shoes and Beats
Right.
hats ones, and I love when they do this intersection with the real world.
Yes. 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 Um, I will tell you though the one that's coming and uh is the Lenny Kravitz. That one I think is
We can
like
talk about him.
that's going to be a hard one to resist. Um, but you know, we'll see what happens. I never say never, so who
Yeah.
knows,
Talking
but
about the Lenny Kravitz doll, that we don't know if it's going to be on the Ambassadors team or under the music series, but either way, I'm gonna get him. Of course, I'm gonna
yes,
get him.
yeah,
There were some leakings of the Hats Cup a couple months ago and some of the tattoos, and now we have a full review of the clothes that he will be
yes,
wearing, and
yes,
looks like it's a silver shirt with pants and of course, I wish that it could be a little bit more glamorous clothes, but
right.
I'm happy.
I think that's one of his known outfits, is that outfit that he's wearing. I swear I've seen a picture of him in it, what I'm very curious about is on the Cambassador thing is Messi. What are you going to put him in to rectify a $75 price tag?
Yeah, actually, we have some leakings for the clothes, and he's gonna be wearing an out and football outfit.
Yeah, yeah, and football, and I wanna say this, no disrespect, soccer here to all of us, all the people, because in other countries, it's called football, but we
Oh,
call it
yeah.
soccer,
I'm
so,
sorry.
but, no, I did see the outfit, but I thought, "Well, is he gonna have, like, another outfit?" Or because $75 for
Yeah.
that doll in just that
Actually, he's
uniform.
coming. Yeah, he's coming with a full uniform. Like he's coming with the soccer uniform with the shorts and the t-shirt, but he's also coming with upper with the wind.
A jacket?
How? Yeah, a jacket and pants, and also
Oh, okay.
the so it's not coming only with one outfit. It's coming.
Okay,
I
because 'cause I'm
believe that
thinking
he's gonna be wearing an upper a jacket with pants like the
okay.
players the travel outfit the players go
Yeah,
to
travel outfit
places.
or when they're warming up or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'm thinking if you're gonna charge us $75 for a doll and a pair of shorts and cleats and a shirt, that you better give us more. So good. I'm glad there's gonna be more, So
yeah, and there is even an Adidas branded here on
oh,
the jacket.
okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So there you go. Okay. So, you know,
Yeah,
as long as there's
and it's
value,
coming
you
with
know.
ball, and there's gonna be zippers as well. and at least from the pictures.
Okay.
The picture is gonna be here in the video. There's
Yeah.
zippers and there's a football ball. There's
Okay.
a soccer outfit,
Yes.
so it's not a simple
Okay.
kind of doll.
Okay. Because
It's
Mattel
gonna
will
be interesting.
sometimes do that. As we know, they will sometimes give us not a lot and charge us a lot, so but as long as it's got all that extra stuff. Plus, I also think that will bring in the male collector. I'm not talking about Barbie, but I'm talking about these sports people. If it's not just in his soccer outfit, if it's got the warm-up jacket and the pants and it's showing value. So,
Yeah, and from my understanding, um, LeBron James, I believe it had the made to move body, but for Messi, they chose a different type of body because of the tattoos. Uh,
yes.
he
Yes.
had huge amounts of tattoos all over his body, and if they use the made to move body, the tattoos would be misplaced. So they
Yeah.
chose a different type of body for this Messi
Yeah.
doll, Messi doll.
Yeah. I think that's good. I think that's good because I can only imagine the nightmare of manufacturing that doll with a jointed arm and trying to get those tattoos matched up on the arm, you know? So I
Yeah,
think that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that being, you know, not being a made to move. And maybe he's a made to move from, the waist down or, whatever, so we'll see. We'll see. You know.
we will see.
So,
The next doll that leaked, the next picture that I want to talk about is the one in pink. I don't know if you remember, but that's a pink outfit with it's a light pink outfit with a hot pink thing here on the side. Looks like this is the convention doll.
all right. No, I
Oh,
have not seen that. That's one of the things I haven't seen.
yeah, that dress is supposedly to be the dress of the next convention doll. That it's not far away. It will happen on July 4th, I believe. So we are not so far away.
That's here in
Maybe when,
Texas. That'd be the convention here in Texas in a couple weeks.
yeah.
Yeah,
And are
okay.
you going to drop there?
No, unfortunately not. It's a 6-hour drive, and it's just not in the cards to go. I had planned to go and shop, but no, I'm not gonna be able to go, unfortunately. So, but
Oh, that's so
I have not seen
unfortunate.
that picture. That's new. There's been so much stuff coming out almost daily in the last, like, 7 days,
Yeah,
that's
and maybe
crazy.
when this show it's up online, there will be full pictures of the doll. So
Yes,
we
yes,
haven't seen the face, and the
yes.
dress is not so. It's not my taste, but
Well,
I get it.
I find it kind of interesting because of the theme of the convention, and that dress doesn't go with the theme of the convention.
What is the theme for the convention this year?
Travel.
No, actually, you can travel in a beautiful dress if you want.
Well, yeah, you can,
Not this
but
one because it's not beautiful, but you
right,
can.
but it's a travel theme, so, I just wonder if that, you know, I mean, it could be. I mean, stranger things
But
have happened, so
once again, that's the speculation. We don't know if this is actually the
right,
dress
right.
for the convention doll. It's just speculation, not any of the dolls we're talking on this show. It's actually confirmed by Mattel or is on the final state, so it's just guessing, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. And another doll that leaked, and I don't know what's the purpose of this doll, is the one with the roses here. Have you seen that?
I have a
No.
feeling that's gonna get changed because there ain't no way they're gonna do a doll like that, and can you imagine the news media getting a hold of that?
Yeah, it's so strange. It's not something that, and I can't imagine what's the purpose of this doll. Is this for some kind of celebration? Is this for some kind of actress? I don't remember seeing this dress anywhere. And I tried to ask Chat GPT about the outfit if this was some kind of a famous outfit that I was not aware of. But unfortunately, I got no answers.
Could it be the follow-up to the premiere series? The last one we got
Um,
was in the lavender dress, so could it be a premiere? doll?
Maybe, but I don't think that that fits the team because um, the premiere series they were more like they are Angel Kent's dolls,
Right,
right?
right.
But they tend to be a little bit more happy in terms of colors. Uh,
Okay.
we got
Yeah,
lavender, we got pink, we got, I believe, blue. I don't remember. There were
yeah,
blue, yeah, the last one. So I don't think that black it's a color that fits, and overall, it's not like the metal earrings. There's a
yeah,
lot more going on than in the premiere
yeah. See,
series.
I
So
don't see, I now this is just me, but I think it's very red carpet, the black with the pop of color, the pink. I think it's very red carpet to me, with the jewelry and the hair and everything. But um, she looks very pretty. I mean, I like the dress. I'm very curious to see where she's gonna go, you know.
yeah, me too.
What
But
category, line.
yeah, but it's not at all that I intend to buy because it's not a fit with my collection. Even though I think that it may be a pretty doll.
Right. Okay.
So the next one that I'm grabbing here is the Ballet Wishes doll. Another another year, another Ballet Wishes doll, and another holiday doll. Right?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I have, and can we just stop with the ballet wishes dolls? We're drowning. We're drowning in ballerinas. Stop. Like, just stop.
Yeah, and it looks a lot like the last two or three ones that we had,
Yeah,
and the last three two were Odile face sculpt, and this one seems to be Odile for a face sculpt again.
yeah.
Mm,
It's just
mm,
no. Let it go.
no,
This is like the De los Mortos dolls. We've talked about that before. Let it go. Let it go.
let
Just
it
stop.
go, let
Let it
it
yeah.
go.
Yeah, sing it. Sing it, girl, sing it. Yeah. Let it go. You've killed it. You've literally killed it. No pun
Yeah,
intended. Um, but
yeah,
I just
not something
the
that I'm happy about.
no, no.
The next one may be or may not be the Lunar New Year doll.
The
Yeah,
cut or design. Yes, yes. With the shawl with the fringe on it. Yes, yes.
Ian, and what? How do you feel about this one?
I actually like a lot of those dolls. It seems like they really put some effort into some of those dolls and the cultural references and stuff. So I do like those dolls. Yes.
I
What do
feel
you
like
think?
on these collections, like Dia de Muertos, the Diwali doll, the Lunar New Year doll, for me feels like they stopped doing the Dolls of the World collection, like in 2015 or 14, I don't remember, because of the cultural
All you do is go to
stereotypical.
Carnival. Yeah, is all you do is stereotypical. Yes, is all you do is you go to Carnival in your sequin thong and dance around. Um, like being in Texan, like all we do is we eat barbecue. I do not like barbecue food. But yes, um, and I think they did. And some of the Barbies in that series actually were quite nice and very well represented of the culture, but some of
Yeah,
them
but
were
I
just
don't think it's a problem to go a little bit stereotypical sometimes, you know. But my
yeah,
my my thinking was, like I was trying to say, I think that Mattel stopped at these collections because they were too stereotypical with these cultures, and now
yes,
they are trying to find a way to go back to Dolls of the World collection through these
yes,
uh celebrations, you know, like Lunar New Year, Dia de Muertos, Diwali dolls. And I think that it's the same thing, but with a different name. And
right.
even though I'm okay with the stereotypical, it's
I
not
think
something that
I th
really bothers
I
me.
think
I think that it's not something that I would like to bring to my collection. That's
yeah,
it. I'm sorry,
I
you
think
can compliment. You can
yeah,
complete.
no, I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. I think that the last wave of those international dolls that they did in the Dolls of the World, they were boring. They were not interesting. They were very stereotypical looking. I think this also probably has something to do with the designer just kind of phoning it in. Um,
Yeah, look for the
when you
designer.
compare, I'm just going to use the French one. When you compare the French one to um, the French one of the '80s, or when you compare, um, like the Canadian one that came in a really nifty Mountie outfit, that looked like a
I
Canadian
remember in
Mountie,
red with
you
the
know, um,
with the
those
hat,
last one, the Australian one wearing,
and she was
you
a
know,
superstar dog.
yeah, a green shirt with beige pants, and she looked like a typical, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but there was nothing interesting about it. They could have really done
The
some
Canadian one?
interesting, the Brazilian one that was in the Carnival outfit, that was a fabulous
No, no,
looking
no,
doll.
no. The Brazilian one was in the Baiana outfit. It was in this white Baiana gown. Do you know what's Bahia?
I think so. Yes, I know which I think I know what the one but this was the one that was
In
in the
white.
purple. Yeah, in white. This was the one in purple. Um,
This one was an older one. It was from 90s, and she started the Carnival face sculpt. It's not the last one. The last we had after that we had the Amazonia doll and the
right,
Baiana doll.
right. This was the one that was in the purple. She uses that
Oh, the
carno that
Luciana doll.
the carnival head mold. Um, they call that the carnival head mold, and it was in the Dolls of the World. And that
Yes,
doll
from the
was,
90s.
that doll was really nice and a good, but towards the end, those Dolls of the World just got boring, and I think they were just
Boring.
phoning it in. And I do agree that they're trying to do something with these dolls here, uh, the Chinese New Year's. Yes,
Yes. So,
bring back interest.
um, it's not my type of doll, so I will abstain of talking. There's another one that's not my type of doll, but I can understand the hype about it. That is the Nutcracker Sugar Plum Fairy doll. Seems
Yes.
like we're starting to have the early 2000s reproductions, and this is the
Right.
first one of them. And how do you feel about these reproductions? Do you
Um,
actually have seen the movie at the time?
um, I've seen part of the movie. I Here's my problem with this is if you're going to list these dolls as being anniversary dolls to celebrate the 20th or 25th anniversary of the dolls, then make it look like the dolls from the original. Don't make these cheap ass dollar store looking dolls with molded on clothes and all this crap. If you're gonna list it as being honoring the
But
anniversary, do
this
a better
this I'm
job.
talking about the collector one, not the ones that were reviewed back in the day. Just this week.
This week, no, the collector one I think is fine, but the thing is
Do
the
you remember it?
playline.
Do you want me to show it?
No, 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 I saw, but, like, the Playline ones, that's why everybody's upset about the Playline ones is those are supposed to be honoring the anniversary as well, and they are cheap dolls, and I'm thinking if you're gonna do an anniversary doll, make sure it's represents the product well. Um, I had no idea. I've seen the movie, partially, um, what a big deal that movie was. How many people revere that movie as, so much part of their childhood, kind of like The
Yeah.
Princess and the Pauper. Um, so you know, um, the Sugar Plum, it's not for me, but I think it's okay. It's
It's not for me as well. I remember seeing the movie, but I don't remember the movie at all.
right.
But it's interesting that they bringing back these type of memories because Barbie, it's about nostalgia, it's about memories, and I hope that they don't mess up with the people memories.
Yeah, I hope they don't either. I hope they don't either. So,
The next doll, let me see if there's another meh doll for us to talk about before going to the better ones. Um, Let me see. No. So, Michael, let's jump into the better, better dolls that we are anxiously waiting for. And the first one
yes.
I want to talk about that is the Whitney Houston doll. Looks like we
Yay.
having her in a purple outfit, the one
Yes.
from the I Wanna Dance with Somebody video.
Yep.
And
One of my favorite videos.
yeah, and it's such a simple dress, but it made me so happy to see
Yeah.
the dress because, oh my God, brought so many memories, right?
Yes, yes, yes. My hope is that the doll is so successful that now I do not know any of this. This is my opinion. My hope is that that doll is so successful that we get a second one, and I hope that the second one, because a lot of people said, it's very simple, this first one. I really hope if they do a second one, they put her in the white dress that she wears in the Greatest Love of All video.
Oh, that's a nice pick. Um, do you remember she wearing an armor?
Oh yeah, in Queen of the Night
Yeah,
from The
I
Bodyguard.
want I want that outfit.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Now the only problem I think, and I agree, that would be fabulous. The only problem with that is they would have to get permission from Whitney's estate. They have to get permission from the people that made the movie. They have to get like two or three, at least two and possibly three different permissions to do that doll, because that's
I'm
probably a
talking
top.
about the Queen of the Night outfit. Is that the same one you're
Yes.
talking about? Okay.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So that, I mean, I would love that. I if we only get one Whitney doll, which is this one, I know there's going to be doll artists that are going to be doing Whitney in every outfit she ever had. Um, but I think once again they would have to get permission from Whitney's estate, the people that made the movie, the movie company, the writers of the movie or whatever. Where this when they're dealing these outfits from the videos, they only have to deal with Whitney's estate. So, um, but I would love that. I'm
Uh,
trying to think of another
Do you
Whitney
have any
music video.
regard towards this doll? Because I'm a little bit worried about what they may do with the haircut.
Well, I saw a little picture of the hair, and um she's got the shorter, it's shorter on top, but then it's long, like her hair is in the music video, when she's wearing the dress and everything. So I think the hair will be okay. Um, I just hope it's a fabulous doll. From the little corner of the face that I saw, it looked amazing. So I'm very hopeful. For the love of God, I hope it comes out when it's supposed to, which it's supposed to come out in August for her birthday. Um, let's not deny the elephant in the room. Where the hell is the Maryland doll that was supposed to be out in June for her birthday? You know,
Yeah, but the first news I heard about the Marilyn Monroe doll was that she was supposed to be launching on August, and someone said no, it's gonna be on her birthday and at June 1st. So I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know.
Michael, about the Whitney Houston doll, there's
Yes.
something that really bothers me about this doll. It's the makeup she wears on the video. It's such a different makeup that I'm sorry, it's my dog.
Oh,
It's a makeup that it's really a strong makeup. I'm sorry, it's a really strong makeup, and I wonder if that will
it's
make
bright.
difficult for the artists to work on other outfits on the same makeup, and they will have to repaint her. And there are not a lot of folks out there that can actually make a proper job uh, changing the
The makeup.
painting of the doll. Yeah, the
Right,
makeup.
right, right.
And do you
The
tend to get this doll?
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. Probably at least two. Probably at least two, and maybe
Maybe three.
maybe three. But yeah, definitely two and possibly three. Yes, because I'm a big Whitney fan. That's one of my favorite music videos she ever did. So yeah, that's a given. Yes, yes, yes. So
Oh, thank God.
thank God.
Um, the next doll that we are talking about is the Moma 2 doll. There are a lot of leakage of this doll as being the Clinch, the keys doll, but I'm sure it's not Clinch. I believe it is Mondrian. Do you remember Mondrian?
Yes, yes, yes. Um, I heard, um, I had heard that it was another, um, painting that he did, the Picasso, I had heard just probably a couple days ago that it was gonna be another painting that he had done. So, at this point, I don't know what to
Who?
think. Um, Picasso did the first one, right? Starry Night?
No, no, Van Gogh.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I had heard it was gonna be another painting that he had done was gonna be the follow-up to the and
No,
so
I'm pretty sure it is Mondrian.
okay. And then but here's what I'm saying is, then I heard, the Clint, I'd heard so, I don't know what's going on. Crazy. It's
Let me show you something.
okay.
Um, Look at this. This is Mondrian.
Mondrian.
The
Yes.
dots, the squares.
Yes.
So
I have some
I'm
miniature
pretty
Barbie
sure.
paintings like that.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it is um, Mondrian.
Mondrian. Okay. Yeah, see, I heard the Clint one, so I don't know what to think or what to believe or what to,
And
uh,
if you think about it, the keys from Clint, it's not a
uh,
MoMA. How can the MoMA doll be the Clint painting?
uh,
There's no way.
yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they execute it, you know.
And
Uh,
how do you feel about the first one, the Van Gogh doll?
I loved it. I thought it was fabulous. They really, to me, they really outdid themselves. They really outdid themselves. Um, Now I'm hoping, and you and I talked about this on another show, was Mattel is famous for this. You know, they give you a dinner of lobster the first time, and then, your follow-up is, some very tiny shrimp, So, I'm hoping that this whoever it is, whichever it is, that we get a quality doll that they don't lure us in with the first doll and they drop the ball on the second. I really hope that
Uh,
they don't.
by the dress that you have seen, or at least for the skirt, I believe it is a skirt, uh,
Uh-huh.
seems to be very well thought after. It's not
Yes.
something that you can just make a drawing. It's very well made in terms of structure. So
Yes.
it
Yes.
is it seems promising.
Yes.
Is that
Hopefully
the word? Promising?
promising. Yeah. Yeah, promising.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the next doll is the Jean Charles de Castelbajac. I'm not sure how to pronounce its name. It's the one with um, the stuffed beers. This outfit was an outfit that was made by Jean Charles in another colors
Uh-huh.
in the early 90s, and
Uh-huh.
it's high couture
Uh-huh.
clothes that and when I think about it, it seems pretty fit with the Barbie brand, and I really love that they are going towards this direction. It's not something that I was actually waiting for, but it seems promising as well. How do you feel about it?
I think it's a flaming piece of crap.
I love how you were straightforward. Really, I don't
No,
think it
I think
is
it's
for crap.
hideous. It looks like some sort of damn clown outfit with balloons all over it.
Yeah,
It's
no, Michael, but
hideous.
I'm talking about a history behind it. There's some
I
history behind it.
no.
It's part of fashion history.
Yeah, no.
That's what I expect from Barbie, even though I
No.
don't like the outfit overall. But
Right.
I think that it's interesting. She's bringing the history.
No, I think it's hideous, and I think you're gonna find them at on clearance at the Mattel Company store, or you're gonna find them at Mattel Creations, which, by the way, I don't know if you've looked or some of our viewers have looked, but they're having a big old sale at Mattel Creations, and one of the things that's on sale for a really good price is the Bob Mackie that just came out that clearly nobody bought.
Yeah, but it was just on the first day, and I believe
Yeah.
the clearance will be out when the video is up. but I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I brought the doll on clearance. I'm sorry, I
That's okay.
disappointed you.
It's okay. We can still be friends. It's okay. So,
Yeah,
um,
it's just I don't think that she's a $125 doll, but for $75, it's
yeah.
not okay either. But it's a little bit more.
Well,
Uh,
it's like Whitney Houston. It's like the Whitney Houston song. It's not right, but it's okay.
it's not right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's not right. It's okay, so but no, I don't I think well, what Mattel needs to do, and they're complaining they're not selling dolls. Quit doing these shitty looking dolls that, you know, go back to basic things that we want, that we need. Do stuff that's pretty. For the love of God, they did that horrible line of dolls with those big googly eyes. Do you remember that? Last year was Noonie or something like that. It was the brunette doll and the blonde doll, and they were facing each other, and the brunette's
Oh,
in a
okay, okay,
dress.
okay.
Yeah,
It's the Nunuri.
Nunuri. Yeah, no, it's not Nunuri. It's a
But
no-no-ry, is what it
it's
is.
something
It's
that I don't know how they survive to this because if you think about it, it's a $125, and you're giving $50 off on this doll, so she can be at least out of the storage.
right,
If they had take this $50 and made a better doll,
right,
everyone would be buying her at
correct,
$125, and
correct,
they would be out of stock in just one day.
correct, correct. They would be, but they don't do that, and they keep whoever is making these decisions to make these dolls that nobody that we are not, us collectors, we are not influencers. We don't care about these influencers. We want quality, good quality dolls at fair, decent prices. Quit doing all this crap that nobody
And
wants. Give us dolls that we
actually,
want.
we care about influencers, but not the influencers they actually think we're into. The biggest influencers I know are the one with less followers.
Yeah,
That's the ones that really influence us to buy uh, expensive dolls. The one with lots of with some one or other exception, the
right.
ones with a lot of followers, they are for the masses, and the masses are not
Right.
buying
No, I mean,
pricey dolls.
No, I mean, I guarantee you all of those influencers that they invited to Coachella, to the Barbie thing, none of those people own a Barbie. None of those people own a Barbie, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're not going to wear, these clothes, they keep branding with these clothes. Some of them they brand well, but some of these other people, they're doing a rehash of Fashion Fever clothes from the 90s. We're not buying that stuff. We're not wearing that stuff. We're not Give us stuff that we want. Give us stuff that we need. Give us quit bowing down to these influencers or that let me tell you something. These influencers, 90% of those people, if they go to the grocery store, they can go in there and buy cat food. Nobody's going to know who the hell they are. Nobody knows who these people
and
are.
and they are influencing people that are not into Barbie at all.
Right.
So these influencers, the people that really watch this type of content, they're buying most fashionistas. They're not valuing a
Yeah.
200 uh, US dollar doll. So
No,
okay,
they're not. They're not. No, they don't own any. I would say 95, I would say even 99% of those influencers do not even own a Barbie and do not even care about Barbie or the brand or anything. They just care
but
about getting a free meal and a free tote bag, from Mattel.
And about the Barbie and Charlie's, I think that we will not be getting her, but I'm reading to her because it's fashion history, and I hope that Mattel bring back the fashion brands collaboration with actual dolls that we have seen for so long. I don't
Yes.
remember when was the last couture doll that I made. I believe it
Right.
was the Yves Saint Laurent dolls in 2018. That's a
Yeah.
lot of time ago, a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and, quit I know, your your friends and fans there and my friends, and fans here, um, quit showing us these one of a kind dolls wearing these outfits that we desperately want, and you're not giving them to us, but you're giving us some of this other crap. Give us what we want. You're not hearing what we're asking for, and, you need to do something soon and quick, to save the
Barbie's
Barbie.
falling apart.
Yeah, it is. It's Barbie is falling apart. They made the mistake of getting rid of Bill, which was one of the dumbest things they could have done. And
Yeah,
you know,
totally
we're
agree.
we're we're getting I'm afraid of what we're going to get in the future. I really am afraid to see what we're going to get in the future when they're getting rid of talent, um and they're replacing him, with people who aren't that talented, or AI, or, so
Anything. The next doll, I don't know if you're into these, but I am anxious to see what they're doing. It is the Mark Ryden doll or dolls. I believe it is one, but I don't know. Seems like you don't like that at all.
no,
How do you
no.
feel about the Mark Ryden dolls that we had? I believe it was 2 years ago,
Yeah.
2 or 3
Um,
years ago.
um, they were a mess. They were, what with people who make, ugly dolls. I'll tell you what I thought was really interesting was the amount of speculators that thought they were going to make money off of all of this Mark Ryden stuff, the first wave, and this stuff is, super cheap now. I know one dealer was asking for one of the dolls, I believe the one with the pink hair, like $800. And last time I checked, that doll is now down to like $250. The
Oh,
doll,
that's a nice price
yeah,
because
I
I
mean,
love it at all.
yeah. And I love dolls with pink hair, so, but, I once again, they're partnering with these people. Nobody's gonna buy a Mark Ryden Barbie umbrella. Give us dolls. Give us,
Give us those, but
I hope they don't make the
I
same
think
mistake they did with those.
they dropped the ball with the two doll sets because the fabric is hideous, absolutely awful for a 400 or 500 uh dollar doll.
Yeah,
Hideous. So not my. Ugh, I'm sorry, I couldn't. It's I don't even know how to start. But
yeah,
the pink one, Michael, if you look at her, there are just philosophical and cultural vibe around her. She is in a pink world. She's a Barbie in a pink world. But if you look around her, the bag's made of meat.
oh, yeah,
There's
it's a
this
steak purse. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's this animal that looks scared. There are a lot of Easter eggs around the box, bringing us
yes,
this type of terror vibe. So it's not so pink. So it's a critique for Barb herself, you know?
right,
So
right,
it's a pink word, but it's not a pink word in the sense of a happy word. So
right.
it's so interesting. I love what they made. I
It's
love
an
what they
interesting
have.
doll, and
It's
yeah,
it's a
and that doll was
style
one of
that's
the
so
better
interesting.
that was one of the better dolls that they did, but do that doll, do
And
another
she's in
doll.
Silkston.
Right. Do it. Stop. Quit making all this weird crap, Barbie themed weird crap that nobody wants, like the umbrellas, like I can't remember what they did all of this crap. And they're just, they think that, well, they'll slap a Barbie name on it and all of us, our collectors, are going to just, beat down the door. No, focus on the dolls, not all this other crap around it, focus
And
on the
what do you
doll.
think about the Liquid doll, the Mark Ryden Liquid doll?
It looks like a big ass tampon.
Oh, you're so uh Vanos today.
It does.
This
It's,
church should take care.
yeah, it's
I love it.
no. And I will tell you this. I love, as you know, and the audience knows, I love a good prototype and a sample. I have turned down, um, 2 of those 3 dolls that he did the first go round. I had an option to buy 2 of those 3 dolls as samples or prototypes, and I turned them down because they were just so hideous, you know? Um,
I have
just
two of them.
do you? Okay. And I love the pink one. Once again, I love pink hair. So, um, but I just, no, no. It's a
Yeah,
big
but
giant
I
future.
love the art art related
Yeah.
Barbies and fashion related Barbies. So
Right.
they are my weak point, and that's how I felt with the Teish Kanami doll that came
Uh-huh.
after that, and
Right.
I love them. I love
Right.
them.
But like, I'll give you a good example of being whimsy and wacky, but still being like really cool was when they did all those Star Wars dolls. Those were
Yeah.
fabulous. Those were, they were whimsy, they were wacky, they were couture, they were, you can't tell me Mark Ryden can't do something better than this. You can't, you know.
But I think they are well made. But about the Star Wars dolls, I remember seeing them at the Barb's website. The Chewbacca one was there for more than a year.
Yeah, it was there for a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I woke up at 4th of May. That when May 4th, that was the day they were released, and then I woke up really early because I think that they were released at the um, in the middle of the morning, but
yes.
early in the morning, and it was for nothing because they stayed there forever.
Yeah. Well, it's weird how sometimes, a doll in the series, you have a whole series and how there'll be 1 or 2 that just kind of hang around, and how others but that's a good case though of dolls being different and couture and whimsy, and they were really cool. These I don't, and the thing is, and I'm sure people are gonna critique me for this. "Oh, well, you don't like art, you don't like edgy," and no, I love art, I love edgy, but I'm not getting
No,
art, and I'm not
it's a safe space here.
getting edgy. I'm not getting art, I'm not getting edgy, I'm getting, Mattel company store clearance, is what I'm getting on those, so good luck, to whoever buys them, as long as if you're happy and you love them, that's great, I'm happy for you. That's what makes the world such a great place is we
Thank
don't all
you. You're
love
happy
every
for me.
I'm happy for you. Well, and I'll give you a really good example. You are not a fan of the Steffi face. I love
Yeah,
the Steffi face, so and we're
and it's
still
okay.
that's okay. And that's okay if but I just think that once again, Mattel needs to focus on, some on better dolls, better quality dolls, so before
And
they
it's just I
year
don't
out.
think that there's a space for the ugly. That's what I'm saying. If it's well made, it's made
Right.
with the right team, the right doll.
Right.
I think there's a space for the ugly as well. The ugly may be beautiful.
The other but yeah, I mean there are some, ugly babies that are cute, so uh
Yeah, yeah,
but
that's right.
but what's
That's the
next?
best definition. And about the, I'm sorry, I thought that you were saying something.
Oh, no.
The next doll is the Celine John doll. And Celine
Yes.
John, we had some leakings for her face sculpt months ago.
Yeah.
Just the mouth, not the doll at all. But now we have the dress that she may be using. How do you feel about
Yes.
the dress?
I think it looks great. I'm really hoping that I remember watching her sing, My Heart Will Go on the Academy Awards, and I can remember her wearing the necklace. Uh, so I'm hoping that it, has that
So this
necklace,
dress is from this presentation.
Yes, it was from when she sang, I believe, if I'm wrong, let us know, but, she sang on the Academy Awards, and I believe she was wearing the Heart of the Ocean necklace when she sang that from Titanic. I think it's great. I'll tell you something I'm very curious about is, um, I have a friend of mine that he wanted a Celine Dion doll, and so he went to a doll artist and had a Celine Dion doll, made, and it looks just like her, repainted and everything. I'm very curious about the head mold because the head mold that he used to get the Celine Dion made was the Julie Andrews Mary Poppins head mold, and it looked just
Oh,
like Celine
l-
Dion. It looks
yeah,
just like Celine. So I'm very
yeah.
curious if they're going to use the Celine Dion head mold or if they are going to repurpose that Julie Andrews head mold.
I believe that they are making face cap just for her.
Yeah. I kind of have a feeling that too, but let me tell you, that friend of mine that's got that Celine Dion, I never would have thought Julie Andrews could be morphed into Celine Dion, so
I don't know if it is your friend's doll, but I found someone that made Celine John doll with the Space Captain. It turned out to be really good. And I found as well someone who did the Mariah Carey doll with the same face sculpt and actually turned out really well.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
so it's interesting that such a different face sculpt may be so eclectic.
Right. Well, it's amazing what they can do by just changing a head mold, um, either making it bigger or smaller, and I'll give you a really good example is the head mold that they used for in the soap opera series for the Marlena Evans doll. They
I don't
widened
remember
it,
that
and
one.
it became the Happy Family Grandma.
Yeah, you told me these at some point, and I
Also,
didn't know.
another head mold they used was the Frank Sinatra head mold is the head mold that they used for Alan in the Happy Family.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that as well.
Yeah, yeah. So they'll, and the thing is, all they gotta do is, like expand it or contract it, a little bit, and it can change the whole look of something. It's
And the
amazing.
screening as well.
Yes.
Of the Celine John dolls, do you intend to get this doll?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I like Celine Dion. Um, but like you said earlier about me being, like focused on, I really got to, if I'm going to get 3 Whitney Houstons, I need to make room, so, um, uh, if I can get a sample one or something, yeah, but otherwise, no, I'll just pass. Um,
Oh,
I can't wait to see it in
I
the box and everything.
I don't know if you know that, but the Hope Diamond was the one that inspired the necklace, the Heart of the
Yes.
Ocean necklace. So I intend to get my Celine John doll just besides the Hope Diamond doll that I have,
Yes.
the one with red hat. I don't have the platinum one, and the Titanic doll, Rose Titanic doll.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. I think,
So
you know, from the pictures that we saw of the dress on the Celine Dion, it looked pretty amazing, so I'm very, very hopeful that it looks that good. So in person. So, but we
can I
should
get an
know.
amen up in here?
Yay. Yay. But the thing is, um, I don't ever remember, and you and I talked about this a little bit earlier. I don't ever remember this many dolls being dropped at a time. I mean,
At
at
a
this point,
time.
we've got, I think I counted the other day, and it's either 14 or 15 dolls are all
I lost
supposed
the
to drop
count.
between now and December.
I,
You
I
know,
believe that some of these dolls may be dropping only next year or
I don't
even
know.
after that.
Yeah, I don't know. But as far as I know, the Whitney, the Marilyn, the uh Lenny Kravitz, the
Messi.
the Messi, the Legally Blonde. That's just $5 right there that are all supposed to be out before Christmas. You know.
Yeah, and there's
Um,
also Mariah Carey in the holiday
right.
outfit as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
There's the Dia de Muertos. There's there's a lot of dolls coming. But
Right. Right.
I wanna take the hook. Is that the say? Get the hook? The
The Hook. Yeah. Hook. Yes. Hook. Yeah.
That get yeah,
Yeah.
off the topic you just talked. We have lickets for the uh, Legally Blonde doll.
Yes.
And
Yes.
what are your thoughts? Looks like we're getting the dog, and the dog is as well wearing some
Yeah.
outfits.
Yeah, we're gonna get Bruiser. I'm very excited about that. Um,
Yeah,
that's something because I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies, and, I did not get the first doll, which we could have got, which I can still get if I really wanted to. But, what I'm very curious is, are they going to use Reese Witherspoon's head mold, which they already have, or are they gonna use a Barbie head mold? Um, I'm really hoping they use a Reese head mold. I really, really hope they use that. So,
I think that they're using Reese Witherspoon pet mode because they're making a doll wearing an outfit from the movie. Because this
right.
year we're getting a new series about Ellen Woods before the movie. It's
It's
an
a
spin-off.
prequel. Yeah.
It's a prequel, and I believe that they're using the the Reese Witherspoon that face cup that we had with the Wrinkle in Time dolls.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So,
And but the outfit, we saw the leakage of the leakage. It's the leakage or the leaked?
uh, leak.
The leak. We
Yeah.
saw the leak of this outfit, and it comes in leather, in fox leather, and it's promising. Actually, it's really
Very
promising.
promising. Very promising. Yes. Very, very promising. So,
And it's the Legally Blonde 20th anniversary, the pink leather outfit, and maybe dropping later this year. And it looks like we're getting a Barb signature Brazilian Carnival doll, and there were
yes.
some pictures of her. And like someone that really understands Brazil,
Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, yes.
yes, I'm so disappointed. It looks like it's made of cardboard. I don't really like it at all. There
Yeah.
were so many things that they could have done for this, and going
Yeah.
towards this, they did the Luciana doll, which is a carnival doll.
Yes.
It's so well made. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
Have
She
you seen
was.
that photos?
Yeah, I did see the pictures of it, and like you said, why, I mean, you didn't say this exactly, but why? I mean, you did that Luciana doll, which was just spectacular.
Look at
And
her butt. There's a giant palm tree going out of her butt. It's
yeah,
not something that I would love to see, you know?
no, no, no. It's just,
And as I told you before, in my opinion, they're taking these uh, festivities to go back with the doll of the world collection. So I don't think this doll is dropping or anytime this year. The carnival
right.
here in Brazil it's in February. I don't
Right.
know if the rest of the world also commemores or have this party as well. But I don't believe that she's coming this year, just next
Oh,
year.
okay.
And okay, yay Mattel for the idea. No Mattel for the execution.
Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, I'll give you another example. Yay, Mattel, you gave us an anniversary Barbie from Barbie and the Rockers. Would it have killed you to do all 5 dolls? Would it have killed you to do all 5 dolls?
That I totally agree.
I mean, that is such an iconic brand line of dolls. Um, and would
Totally
it
agree.
once again, would it have killed you to do all 5 dolls? I don't think so. I mean, I don't
Something
know what
that
to
we
say.
cannot. Why is just because of the voting? Oh, let make the collectors participate in this,
Yeah.
and oh yay! Now we don't
Yeah.
have all the those.
Yeah.
And I
I'll
believe
give
this is
oh,
the last one, and that is the Dia de Muertos designer doll, the elevated one. Have you
yes.
seen it?
I actually think it's very pretty. What I'm very curious about is, um, are they gonna give it a mask like they did with the Barbie and the Ken, which those dolls, I don't even like those. I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't even like that series of dolls, but let me tell you, dolls would make me wanna buy buy them. And in fact, I've read that other places too, people have
They're
said,
beautiful.
a fan of those dolls, but these last 2 with the masks are spectacular. So, I'm very curious if this will have a mask or not. Um, the dress looks promising. Let's hope it's embroidered. It's not, a label or a sticker, a heat sealed sticker applied to the dress. It's actually
I hope
embroidered.
not.
I hope not. You know, um, do we have a price for that?
I don't think that we have a price, but I believe it is above $100.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And I
So,
don't care to pay a lot more for a doll if it's well made. I rather have one nice, well made doll than a bunch of crappy ones.
yes, I agree. I would rather have a quality doll than, you know, uh, just some piece of crap. Just let me have a quality doll that's okay, that, um, quits, you know, quantity doesn't necessarily mean quality, you know.
Totally agree.
So let's, give us some good dolls. But um, I'm very curious if we are ever going to get a Ken to match the designer version of that doll or
I
of
don't
that.
want. I don't want that. I maybe they can do a year with only can, but I don't like the two pairing jar outfits. It's
Okay.
so cringe. So no one goes on dates with pairing outfits. It's so
Right.
cheesy.
Right. Okay. Okay. But
But
I
I
just
hope
wonder
they
if they
can.
did, you know, I just want
Do you
not
like it?
necessarily. I do. I do. I just wonder if they would ever do a designer Ken, a high-end Ken higher than what we're getting, to go with the high-end Barbie in the series, or do a set, if they did like a wedding set, or something like that. Um, so I'm very curious, because this is Ken's, anniversary. That's one thing is I'm really surprised that we have not seen more anniversary Ken things.
Yeah, it's the 65th birthday of Ken, and we haven't seen anything at all.
No,
Even
no,
the Ken Couture collection haven't uh, gave us anything,
nothing,
and
nothing. So.
so it's really strange. We have another 10 minutes of show. Do you want to talk about something in a specific?
Uh, I can't. Well, one of the things because you mentioned it was Francie's anniversary. Where is this Silkstone Francie?
Where is
That
the
we're supposed to
Silkston
be getting.
Frenzy?
I'm because it's already June. We're heading into July in a few more days. July, August, September, October, November. We got like 6 months for them to hurry up and get this doll out. So
And it's something that we are not sure how it's gonna end up going. Bill Green himself told us that the dolls he was working on they are already out. So um, how it's gonna be with the reproduction dolls? I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious. Um, I think that if he worked on that Francie, um, whoever else worked on it too, I hope he had a strong influence on it because it would be a shame if the doll did not go out with a hurrah, with them finishing the whole series. Of the straight leg dolls, because you can't do a bend leg, silkstone. I mean, you can do jointed, but with all these straight leg dolls, I hope they go out with a bang. And this Francie, there's a huge amount of Francie fans, so I definitely hope that they go out with that. So
I hope they get, and I hope they don't finish the Silkstorm line of reproductions that we have been getting year after year since
yeah,
2019, and with the first Barbie.
okay.
But the one for the anniversary, the 75th anniversary of Mattel, I think that is the most accurate reproduction we had for the original Barbie doll.
Uh-huh. Yes, 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 yes. I agree. Oh, and maybe one last thing that we didn't even touch on. Um, what do you think of that Silkstone that came out this last week? That looks like an Easter egg.
I was on the fence about that because she's kind of pretty, but not so pretty that I really wanted her. And I
Uh-huh.
think that it's not on par with we had before the the gap on BFMC.
Right, right.
And how about
Uh,
you?
I think she's okay. A lot of I've read a lot of places where people have described her as a very fancy Easter egg. Um, so, but another thing that people have said, and I mentioned this before, was the continuity in the collection is just all over the place. Um, usually when they did the Silkstone line, you would have everything was, a line of continuity, and it seems like they're just bouncing off the walls, you know.
I believe that is because before we had 4 or 5 dolls in a
Uh-huh.
year, and now we have one doll.
Right.
So I don't think that they can actually make a, a team related collection. So I think that he's just honoring some designer that he likes or something that he want to do. It's just like it's the best Robert Best thing, and he wanted to do whatever he want to do.
Well, I think I gotta agree. I think it's like, oh, we need to have a Silkstone in this line. Here, come up with something by Friday. It just
No,
doesn't.
I don't think that's this at all. I think that it's a collection. He's the boss, right? And then he says, "Okay, I want to do a doll. I want to do a 6-ton doll with this designer, this design,
Yeah.
and drop off the doll." It's just like,
Yeah, I don't know. I disagree with you. I think that they're like, oh, we gotta do a Silkstone. Let's hurry up and whip something up. I don't think that there's any imagination. I don't think there's anything behind it. He just once again, copies somebody else, slaps his name on it, and calls it his. Um, I, you know, I think they're like, oh, we need to do a Silkstone. Oh, okay. Uh, I don't think that there's no thought behind it. There's no originality behind it. It's just, you know, a money grab, as we call it.
yeah. So, Michael, thank you once again. That was a lot of
Yes.
information, a lot of leaks, and haven't been able to talk deeply about the actual news of the month, like, for example, the Reese doll, the Silkstone doll, this guy that had this old work for Bob Ken birthday. The Oriental one. I don't know his name.
Oh,
It was a GJ. I don't
yes,
know his
yes.
name, but there was some dolls that were presented over the month. But I think that there was so much more important information. And thank you once again for diving in with me with
Oh, well,
this
thank you.
show.
Thank you. And I don't know if you noticed, but my backdrop is
Yeah,
crystal Barbie fabric.
really,
Yeah.
crystal Barbie fabric. It looks like aluminium.
Yeah. I found
I
some.
got it.
Yes, yes. Anyway,
I got it.
but
I
no,
just
I've
get it.
I've had it's been so much fun discussing everything, and we had a lot to talk about today. So, and hopefully we'll have, next time we talk on the
And
doll
just a
news, we
question.
will have actual things to show, because we're just waiting for all these things to drop.
Yeah, and from all the dolls that we had this show, is there any? I believe you said the Whitney Houston doll, but beside Whitney Houston doll, is there any other doll that we intend to buy from the leaks we had?
Um, no, not from the leaks that we have, but we are hearing rumors about there being an evil Lynn to go with the He-Man and the Tila. So,
And
that I hope to get, you know.
and
Uh,
I believe this is a San Diego Comic Con exclusive for this year.
I believe
That's
it
what
is.
I'm.
I believe it's going to be introduced at Comic-Con, and then it's going to be a Mattel Creations exclusive. But from what I understand, they're going to show it at Comic-Con, and then they're going to have them available, a number available through Mattel Creations. So
So
we'll see.
that's it.
Fingers
We will
crossed.
see.
We'll
Oh,
see.
fingers crossed. Bye.
All right. Bye bye. I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.